Definition of critical discourse analysis. Kramer defined critical discourse analysis as a system of analysis that attends to discrete portions of the language with a particular socio-historical context with an aim of providing a multilayered analysis of how the language operates, communicate surface-level language as well as underlying dynamics of interpersonal relations, cultural traces, institutional influences, and ultimately power. Critical discourse analysis, which is a subset of the critical theory, considers the functioning of texts in developing and changing social systems in relation to demographic aspects such as race, economic status, education levels, sexual orientation, religion, age and gender. Its development resulted from the inclusion of social aspects in the analysis of texts. Budd and Raber supported this definition, suggesting that critical discourse analysis pays attention to confirming a discourse's constructive implication by studying texts in a systematic and structured manner. From the two definitions, critical discourse analysis seeks to understand the connection between power and language through the study of social imbalance as people develop, legitimize and express it through language. The definitions imply critical discourse analysis is the assessment and analysis of transparent and opaque system and structural links between discrimination, power and control as well as dominance manifested in the use of language. Purposes of critical discourse analysis. Critical discourse analysis helps in the use of critical thinking to various societal circumstances and unraveling the underlying politics based on the social systems, beliefs, and interpretations of the society. Indeed, analysts can apply critical discourse analysis understanding any text, which is a social situation or problem. The analysis has no particular guidelines for analysis. Rather, it is open to different deconstruction and interpretation of prevailing situations or texts. In the thinking, analysts may choose to use various theoretical perspectives to interpret or deconstruct texts. Therefore, critical discourse analysis does not aim at providing definite interpretation of situations, rather the purpose is to expand people's level of thinking and make individuals realize shortcomings and unknown motivations. From this perspective, critical analysis guides the actions of people by looking beyond the horizon. Methods of critical discourse analysis. Various methods and approaches are useful in critical discourse analysis. The methods include political, rhetorical, historical, interpretive policy, and discursive psychology methods. The political method follows the political discourse theory, which tackles essentialism in the society occasioned by Marxism's economic determinism and class reductionism problems in society. Based on the method, the emphasis is on the historicity and contingency of objectivity and the significance of power and politics in informing objectivity. The rhetorical method of analysis is based on the language and it focuses on the character and nature of rhetoric as well as its position on the societal text analysis. The method uses theoretical and practical approaches in interpreting and analyzing rhetoric. The interpretive policy method focuses on important aspects of text such as storylines, discourse coalitions, argumentation, narratives, meaning, interpretation and framing to have a critical view of societal contexts and settings. The discursive psychology method uses a wide array of intellectual sources such as conversational analysis, ideology critique, philosophy, psychoanalysis, and ethnomethodology critical interpretation. Through the method, inner mental processes are considered to be constituted of discursive processes. Finally, the Q methodology begins with the self-understanding of people to help analysts in determining patterns of analysis, which characterize narratives of topics or events. Analytical category of critical discourse analysis. The analytical category of critical discourse analysis is based on the theoretical or methodological approaches used in conducting the analysis. The approaches result in the categorization of critical discourse analysis under deductive and inductive analytical methods. Deductive critical discourse analysis analysts use examples in developing their arguments and interpretation. On the other hand, inductive analysts use a large collection of information to develop their arguments and interpretation. The two major categorizations have merits and demerits based mainly on reliability and bias. Under deductive and inductive analysis are categories such as metaphor, argumentative topoi, deixis, or attributes. Based on the categories, analysts and theorists develop different frameworks for analysis. For instance, Norman Fairclough views discourse as a text, social and discursive practice with the focus being on ideologies, hegemony, media, language, politics and power discourse. Ruth Wodak's historical categorization focuses on background knowledge and context as important aspects of SDA. The socio-cognitive categorization focuses on common beliefs, knowledge and mental representation of language users for analysis.
Strengths and limitations of critical discourse analysis.
Critical discourse analysis is characterized by strengths and weaknesses. Strengths of critical discourse analysis are because of its interdisciplinary nature, which implies more information and perspectives considered in the analysis. The analysis is accessible and flexible, which means people can make individual interpretations and explanations based on their understanding. Furthermore, critical discourse analysis enables ideas from different areas of study to combine in developing explanations. It supports taking of stances and positioning for analysts. Weaknesses of the critical discourse analysis are the results of the difficulty in defining the approach and daunting task of gathering information. There is the problem of bias, as the analysis leaves room for people to make personal description, analysis, and explanation. Critical discourse analysis offers no definite explanations. However, it offers insights based on ongoing argumentation and debate. StudyCorgi can help you make your studies smarter. Visit studycorgi.com for more samples like this, study tips, and writing tools.